This is the side of the fitness industry that a lot of women will not want to admit, especially when they have been placed in positions where people really look up to them. And let me tell you a little background story about me real quick. I've been a personal trainer and nutritionist for over 10 years. In fact, I used to own the #1 boot camp in San Diego, California for women's fat loss transformation. I helped transform the lives of over 1,000 women while I was in business. And I was in my prime, you guys. I was shredded. I was show ready. I always looked like the epitome of quote unquote health. And I would get compliments all the time from strangers walking on the street like, oh my gosh, like, how do I look like you? And unfortunately, I got questions from my boot camp members too, which I look back on it now and I'm like, God, like the advice I used to give is horrendous. Because now in my 30s and 5 years later with actual life perspective and life actually happening to me, I understand that there's so much more to health than just the way you look. So this is what I used to look like in my prime, 24/7, always show ready, always bodybuilder coaches contact me, fitness modeling, all of it. And I'm going to talk about one specific event that happened. And it's really sad, you guys, because I look back on it and it was completely disordered eating. I woke up one morning and I was literally in tears thinking to myself, I just want to eat like a regular human being. Like I just want to have an apple versus eating chicken breast and asparagus all day long. When I looked like this, you guys, I was absolutely miserable. This body cost me so much compared to what I do now. And it's sad because I was running a fitness gym and people looked up to me and they thought I was healthy when in reality, I couldn't even eat a freaking blueberry, like one tiny little blueberry without freaking out. And that, ladies, that is not good. So that body cost me so much mentally, physically, social events. And now 5 years later, like I'm still lean, you guys. I maintain 16% body fat and I am very athletic looking and I look sculpted. But I have a healthy relationship with food and nonetheless, I get to travel now. Had I been stuck in my ways and thought that that is the way I wanted to look like for the rest of my life, I wouldn't have the opportunities I have today, such as going out and traveling in my favorite country, visiting different countries, having zero food guilt. Instead, I dedicated my life to actually being healthy and learning how to eat through proper fat loss habits. And that's what I dedicate now. And I feel fully confident 100% that I'm not lying to anyone. I'm not lying to myself like the way I did when I had that shredded body. Because ultimately what I do now is really help transform the lives of women instead of pretending to be healthy when in reality I was waking up in the morning crying that I couldn't have a piece of fruit.